Hey, Pride in the Truth family. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. I know it's Monday, fresh in the beginning of a new week. Just wanted to, spend a couple minutes with you and just share what God's been sharing with me. I apologize for it being so delayed, late in getting it out tonight, but I have recently started my new job. Praise the Lord. It's going wonderful. But today I didn't get out until 7, so I am rushing home to get this message out. For those of you that are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we've been having a Bible study weekly at the LGBT Resource Center here in Dallas on Thursday evenings at 7:30, somewhere around there, till about 9:30, whenever we stop talking and hanging out. But it's been great. We're so blessed to have that facility. And I would love for all of you to come out and visit with us. We've just had a wonderful time just growing in the Lord together. And the other side of me saying that is we have had an incredible, been blessed with the opportunity to be able to post online live on Thursday nights as well. Cher from our group is just an incredibly gifted woman, and she has given of her gifts and allowed us to be able to post on Facebook through Ustream. So those of you that are interested in visiting with us and really aren't here locally and would like to still be able to be fed, really that's why we started it. My heart's desire was just to be able to, feed, I guess, just be able to help those that are, our brothers and sisters that don't necessarily have a faith family, and don't have the option of having a faith family at this point in their life where they're located. And so we just want to be any kind of support that we can for you all. So today I just wanted to briefly just share with you just a kind of a small portion of what I was teaching on Thursday at Bible study. And, we were talking about having a heart of worship and learning how to live a life of worship. A lot of times we always necessarily kind of say, well, worship is kind of the music, portion of our Sunday services. And, I pray that my teaching allowed you to expand your mind and understanding that worship is really what we're designed for. Worship is everything that we do, how we live our life, how we love other people, how we show the love of Christ, feeding the homeless, tithing. Everything that we do should be out of motivation of a heart of worship. So that's not really where I wanted to go with this, but really part of that we talked about, how do I have a heart of worship? How do I get a heart of worship? Really what I wanted to focus on today was having this transformation of the mind. I know we've all read Romans 12, and I'm going to read it again for those of you that may not know it. It's a commonly used verse, and I just wanted to spend just a couple of minutes on talking about it. It's Romans 12, specifically in verse 2. It says, "Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." But that portion of being transformed by the renewing of your mind, I really, I kind of talked about aggressively pursuing peace, seeking peace last week. And, I really just wanted to talk about this transformation of your mind and not put I'm not sharing this in light of putting pressure on you, like you have to perform to a certain standard, but this transformation of your mind is really, is not, I don't want to say up to you. I apologize for the dog chewing in the back, the phone ringing. I've got so much going on right now. I apologize. Let me try to stay focused here. But this transformation of the mind is, to me, is when you take the step to say, Christ, I want to be different. When we accept Christ in our heart, that's allowing him into who we are, right? And I mean, we are children of God. And so this transformation of the mind takes place when we really spend time, in his word, and spend time in God's presence. This transformation of the mind is not just going to happen. My point in saying all of this is it's not going to happen through osmosis. We can't, put our Bible underneath our head and go to sleep for the night and wake up in the morning and be transformed. But the transformation of the mind really is there for all of us. but we have to actively pursue it. Just like I was talking about actively pursuing peace, we have to seek that. And ways that we can do that is really spending time in the Word. First of all, I know for myself, there's some things that I struggle with just as a natural human being. We all are, unfortunately, have a human nature, and we have sinful nature, and this transformation process really can take place as we spend time in the Word. I'm not trying to say you've got to sit down and you've got to spend hours and hours and hours in the Word. If you have it, great. But even dedicating, 5, 10, 15 minutes in the morning, honestly, I mean, even in days that I'm rushing, I have a Bible in my glove compartment, and you just open it up and read a psalm or read a proverb or read, something in Romans that really encourages me. And so, it's allowing that word to swallowing and absorbing that word within us, which is life, which is truth, and that's where the transformation of the mind is going to take place. Another way is just spending time in God's presence. And when I say that, sometimes I have worship music going. One of the things that I had talked about at the teaching was literally just sitting quiet in the presence of God. So many times we're praying, which is us speaking. We're reading, which is us doing something. But what about that quiet time? We have, praise and worship music going in our car. But what about that time where we just quiet our spirits, we quiet our minds, we quiet our souls, and we just listen to Christ and allow Him to transform who we are? And I don't mean you have to give up who you are as a person. We've all got phenomenal personalities unique to who we are, and that's beautiful, and that's what makes the world so beautiful. But I'm talking about allowing Christ to transform those ugly, sinful human things about us, and allowing Him to overtake to overtake those things, and allow Him to brightly shine through us. And it's through that transformation process. But actively become a part of that. Like I said, it's not going to happen through osmosis. And I know that that's kind of sounds like a smart aleck remark, but I'm just being truthful with you, because I think, people feel like, well, I accepted Him into my heart, and now all of a sudden I'm just going to be changed, and I'm going to be transformed right away. And it's a process, just like everything else. Everything in life is a process. And so don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated with yourself. It's going to be a process, and that's okay. We're going to mess up, and that's okay. We're going to have evil thoughts. We're going to do, things that we shouldn't do, and that's okay. Transformation is a process. It does not happen overnight. We aren't, I'm 30 years old today, and so there's 30 years of tapes that I have to allow Christ to, to work through and transform me on a daily basis. So I know I'm kind of scatterbrained. I've got a lot on my mind, but I hope that what I'm saying is clear and you understand. I love you guys, and again, I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your week. For those of you, this week we will actually be having a pool party, and so we won't be live, but next week we're going to start a 4-week series where Shaw from Shaw Ministries will be teaching on homosexuality in the Bible. And so I invite any of you that are interested in attending, whether it's live or online, please do. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pride in the Truth, so you can stay in touch with what we're doing. So I love you all. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to chatting with you next week. Bye.